It's Kamishibai time, and today my story is on Marky Polo in Tokyo. You see, Marky lives in Singapore, and he has never left the country, but he loves to read about all the different countries. And so, Marky said, one day I will travel. And this is his first trip out of Singapore to Tokyo. Marky comes from a famous family of explorers and travelers. His great-grandfather, Marky Polo, he conquered Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world. And he married Muay Thai Polo. She was a female Muay Thai fighter. And when Macho met Muay Thai, he challenged her to a fight. And he lost. But he won her heart, and they got married. Now Marky's grandparents, grandfather Marky Polo, and grandmother Miso Polo, they were travelers. They traveled to more than 100 countries. And when they visited Japan, they fell in love with Japan. And that was where they stayed, settled, and had their family. Now, Marky's father, Masala Polo, he traveled to India and he fell in love with the Indian food there, spicy and so delicious. And he would eat nothing but Indian food. And he married Mala Polo, who loved spicy Chinese food. So they had to find a country where they could find the best of Indian food and the best of Chinese food. And they found Singapore. And so it was in Singapore that Marky Polo was born. Now, Marky has his favorite cousin who lives in Tokyo, and his name is Munchie. Munchie is the best eater in Tokyo because he's always munching something. He loves to eat. Now, Munchie invited Marky to come to Tokyo for a visit. So what do you think Marky did? First, he said, no, he's never traveled out of Singapore before. It was scary. And then he said, yes. Oh, no. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. When Marky decided he wanted to visit Tokyo, he went straight out and he bought an air ticket before he changed his mind. And then he started to pack. Now this was the difficult part. He didn't know what to pack. He wanted to pack everything. He wanted to pack his bicycle, his bolster, his pillow, his plant, and all his books. And then his mother said, Marky, you can only pack what fits into that red bag of yours. Oh, said Marky. Oh well. 3 sets of clothes, 2 sets of pajamas, a travel diary, a camera, 7 packets of instant noodles, 1 bottle of chili sauce, gifts for grandfather and grandmother, and the most delicious Singapore snack for Munchie, and a tumbler of ants. Well, in case you didn't realize, Marky is an anteater, and anteaters love ants. Ants with the best seasoning on any type of food. And once he was packed, on the plane he went and off to Tokyo. When he arrived in Tokyo, there was Munchie waiting for him. Marky, yokoso! They bowed to each other. And then Munchie said, oh, Marky, you have a really nice orange bag. Orange bag? No, it's red. Are you colorblind, Marky? Look at it, it's orange. Marky took a good look at his bag and he said, oh no, he'd taken the wrong bag. He rushed back to look for his red bag and it was gone. And just then he heard this cry, Karoo! And a crane went by pulling his red bag. It's my bag, said Marky. But it was too late. The crane had gone. So Munchie and Marky, they both chased after Crane. The crane ran towards the Tokyo Sky Tree. Munchie and Marky ran towards the Tokyo Sky Tree too. The crane went into a lift and went up Tokyo Sky Tree. Munchie and Marky, they took the next lift and went right up to Tokyo Sky Tree. And when they reached the top and they looked down, oh, it was really very high up. And then they heard the sound, karoo! And the crane went flash past them into the lift and went down the sky tree. And Munchie and Marky, they chased after the crane, went into the next lift and went down the Tokyo Sky Tree. And the crane ran past the beautiful Imperial Palace. And Munchie and Marky, they too ran past the Imperial Palace. And the crane went towards Harajuku. And Munchie and Marky, they followed the crane. And then in Harajuku, they were so amazed at all the wonderful restaurants there. The best restaurants and the best candies and sweets were so there. And that's when Munchie said, stop. Marky said, why stop? We have to chase crane in my bag. I'm hungry and I've run out of food. We have to buy something here. Oh, said Marky, all right. I want candy floss. And then Munchie bought candy floss. And this is what he bought. The candy floss was bigger than his head. In fact, it was bigger than both of their heads put together. Oh, but it was so delicious. And after eating the candy floss, Marky told Munchie, you know, it's really very beautiful here. And then Munchie said, Marky, do you really need your red bag? I will lend you everything, clothes, pajamas, books, anything you want. Oh, but I have grandfather's and grandmother's gifts in the bag. And you know, Munchie, for you, I brought the most delicious Singapore snack. You brought the most delicious Singapore snack for me? Oh dear, we must get Crane and your red bag back. Let's go! And just then, they heard the sound, karoo! And a flash of red went by, chush! And Munchie and Marky, they chased the crane. And I really do not know whether they managed to get Crane at all. What do you think? Well, we'll have to read the book to find out. Wouldn't you like to know?
Hi, I'm Marky Polo, the pangolin. I come from a family of famous travelers, but I'm still trying to find my place in the world. Join me as I go on new adventures across Asia. Before we set off, let's take a picture together.